eMagine project, I decided to make a documentary. My main objective of this was I already knew how to film and use Premiere Pro. I knew how to do all of that. I just wanted to make a really good film that I could enter into a film festival. So I was planning on just spending about 4 weeks on a documentary, but it ended up taking a lot longer because nothing went exactly to plan. Um, the first week, that's when I evaluated what I had. I looked at all the film that I had because I had filmed a lot during the previous cross country season, since I was making it about a cross country team. So I just went through and I looked what I had and what I hadn't, and just kind of evaluated what I needed to film and kind of wrote it down. And I realized I had to do all new interviews because everything that I had done was corrupt or the sound was just not great, and so I needed to use something that was a lot better. So this is when it took a long time, which I didn't expect. It was 3 to 4 weeks. It might have even been longer that I just was refilming everything that I was doing. Um, I had to refilm the interviews. I had to film a bunch of B-roll because I just didn't have enough. But throughout this process, I was just editing as I was going so I could stay on top of things and make sure that I didn't get behind, or at least too behind the what I how I already was. Um, the next 2 weeks is when the final 2 weeks is when I finally just really hammered it out and tried to finish. I had completely finished filming the week before it was due, and then I started fine editing everything, just making sure the sound was good, the transitions, the visuals, and the captions. The sound ended up being a little wonky at the end, but I didn't have enough time to really fix that, and I had to refilm that one the very last week because that the file just wasn't working, and it was just a lot. It was just a pain to film everything and get it all working. I mean, I really did enjoy doing this documentary. It was a lot of fun to film, but uh, I realized documentaries take a lot of time and require a lot of planning, and I needed to make a more in-depth film plan and just work a lot harder on it than I was. Um, yeah, it could have gone a lot better, but the final product ended up really coming out really well. And I mean, you can see here I have a lot of audio down at the bottom here, and each little audio file I had to go in and adjust, just specifically adjust exactly how it was playing. I had to do the same thing with all of the video files, which are the ones on top there. Um, it was just really time consuming, and then I had to put everything in order and make sure it all looked good and made sure it sounded good. But in the end, the last two here were filmed in a different room, and so it just ended up, the quality was just not as great, and it kind of was disappointing. But I mean, overall, it wasn't horrible. I think the documentary turned out really well. Just the planning did not. But yeah, that was my 4 week eMagine project that ended up lasting like 2 months.